Put your hands up in the air. Esinok time. Prophet Orbs. Looking good. Heroic Scrolls. Getting good. Aspen. Looking nice and fashionable with his new boots. And it's important because these boots give me speed. And before, what would happen if I would attack a team and the enemy Aspen would have the boots and he would attack first. And if Aspen attacks first, he can CC your own Aspen. And he's also a swingy hero, so it's actually an impactful hero. And so it's quite important that my Aspen has the max speed. I mean, unless the enemy has Speed Stone or Speed Artifact, but I cannot do much about that. And so that's pretty good. But the subject of the video is actually this. So in the latest Idle Heroes video I did a commentary on Aspen voice, and Bootsing thought I should do that with more heroes. And so I actually reviewed some heroes, and I came up with a story that I can share to you right now. A story with Idle Heroes heroes. And it's actually the story of how the French invented wine and cheese. How about that? Let's get started. So you had French peasants cutting grapes, shaving cows, shaving goats, all that to create fresh milk and fresh grape juice. And everything was good, but then one day the nobles and the clergy asked the king to create new laws, new taxes, and new laws that were detrimental to the peasants. And the king got convinced, and so he proclaimed the new laws. And the peasants were not happy, and so they form a union, and the union delegate, the leader of that, went like this.
With my brain and your brawn, we will make an excellent team.
He had the conviction that he could defend the interests of the workers by combining their forces. And the workers listened to what he said and were pretty convinced, and maybe they worked out a bit as well. And they went like this.
I am eager to strike. I am eager to strike. I am eager to strike.
They were eager to strike, and so they went on a strike, so they stopped working. And they also did public protests. And this, the king couldn't tolerate, because he thought it was challenging his authority. And so the king said clearly,
the Guardian of Light never waves.
He would not waive the new laws he just made, and he would try to enforce them. And he actually would try to discourage the protesters by using force.
My light shall blind and cripple.
And so Michelle, for example, would launch smoke bombs to the protesters, try to discourage them and to sort of use violence against them to stop the protests against the authority. And the workers were like,
I am eager to strike. I am eager to strike.
So that went for a while, but then at some point the peasants just got tired of it and just went back to the factories, a bit disappointed. But then what happened is that the milk and the grapes had been left unattended. And when they tasted the results, it had been transformed. The cheese, the milk dried and transformed into cheese, camembert, brie and roquefort. And the grapes fermented and turned into wine. And they liked it. It was a discovery. And the nobles liked it as well. They liked wine and cheese. The clergy used wine for some of their events. And so it was a unifying moment of discovery for the French. And that's the story of how the French invented wine and cheese. And how, as well, striking and protesting became a beloved part of their culture. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.